So, guys, hey guys, right now, you may or may not get 2 other videos today. You might get the music video, maybe not, you might get it tomorrow. Basically, I am waiting for a few people. Here. At North's tripod in the back, I found the music videos that I haven't recorded the song yet. And it's not edited yet. And the reasoning is because I am waiting because a few people, I'm waiting for my backup dancers videos because one person said you have to give them a little bit of time and that they were like gonna be on it, you know, so that's fine. Don't mind waiting. Belle is straight up not doing it. I'm not letting her. I love Bella. Bella is my best friend, but I'm not letting her because this is serious to me. This is a real job. She has to be able to at least do her one job. Reply. Just a simple reply. And Sam, what? And reply to me so I could give her the details on like what day and you know what time I need it by. You know, just give her basic detail. And she, Sam, like that's all I asked, and like to obviously film her to sing. Sam. That's all I asked. And she couldn't do that. So she doesn't get to do it. I'm not waiting around. Sam, you can be quiet. Come here. Let me deal with him. But the second video is a behind the scenes, so you actually get some good stuff, I feel like. I'm excited. And just take in consideration, it's not the best film quality. The reason is I tried. I'm going to take these cheater shoes off for right now because I feel like it. The reasoning is partly because I'm still figuring out that camera, okay? I'm trying, and honestly I feel like it's actually not too bad, but especially considering I barely know how to work that camera. I know how to turn it on, but I don't know like angles and stuff, like different things that are important about using it. And I had to figure out like how I was gonna film this all by myself. So, cause I couldn't move it at all. Like, obviously I can move different angles, but I would have to make that whole scene. Because it's not like my dad holding it where like he can move it around, get different. Well, I wanted to talk about the music video. Give you some details. One scene, be thankful for it because it took 20 minutes. I'm not joking. It took 20 minutes to get the makeup off of my face because there's a scene where I become possessed. And I'm like the possessed queen. You have to watch it. It's not Halloween themed. That's what I like about it, is that it's not Halloween themed, although happy Halloween. We were gonna go to the Hootenanny, which is a fun, socially distanced event, but I don't think we're going. It's just not gonna work out. Like before it was, but now it's not going to, because we can't leave my mom here by herself because she had a stroke, and also like we can't really take her, because if we took her it wouldn't be a lot of fun, considering like after like 2 minutes she would want to leave. You know, like it just wasn't gonna work out with taking her or leaving her. And the person that was gonna take me, they have to work on Halloween or work today, so that's kind of a bummer. Also, we just don't want to take the chances for Corona. Like, we allow family to come over if they haven't had like a fever in the last 24 hours, or like no chance of Corona. So yeah, like, yeah, like I'm excited for it that way. But honestly, at this point, the music video was enough to fill today. Like, it took 20 minutes to get the makeup off. It took me a while to do my makeup to begin, because I do 2 different makeup looks. And I do my normal one that I have throughout, like the music video, and then I have a more possessed one, like one that like it's turned out cool. Luckily for the possessed scene, I actually kind of had an outfit that fit that, which was because I don't want to put on like a new outfit or like dirty like an outfit, because I had to do like makeup on the clothes, and I just so happened to still have my old Beans dress, which already had brown like eyeshadow and like gold eyeshadow and stuff smeared on the chest. So like it kind of worked out. The reason you're probably like, didn't you wash that? Yes. But then I put makeup on it afterwards because I was gonna film a Beans video in that. But then like Corona kind of hit, surgery kind of hit, like a bunch of stuff hit, and so I didn't get to. So don't worry, the dress is clean. It's just, it doesn't look clean because of the makeup. And then I added more makeup to it. And it looks cool. And in the music video, I'm gonna kind of talk about it more, give you a lot of detail. Basically, so it starts off, so I'm playing me, okay? I'm playing me. Even the possessed part, I'm still me. When you watch it, well, I don't think the song really covers it, so I'm going to cover it now. Basically, when you watch it, the possessed part is that basically it's me, I'm happy, you know, like the music video go, it's me, I'm happy, you know, like and the happy parts are like before I went through losing my crush. The song isn't full, like it takes a lot of turns and I love it. You know, like, so the happier parts are like me before I lost my crush. Then there's parts where I get sad, like, and like the emotion is sad. I'm devastated, you know. Oh, like, and that's kind of me after, like right after I first lost my crush and knew that there was no chance in music class coming back. Which is like it's like very fun. The angles are bad and there is some parts where you don't fully get to see my face. Like 100% you're kind of far away because it's just how it worked out. Because there's two things that are found horrible. Luckily they're very, very short scenes. Like, they're very short scenes. The reason they were found horrible is because I wasn't using the tripod at first. That is my ring light tripod. So I have to put it back so I can use my ring light when I record this. 1 sec. One second. Ignore the TV. But if so you get like those two things weren't filmed with the tripod because I didn't think of that at first. At first I was like, that didn't come to my mind. And then when it did, I was like, that would make filming this so much easier. Because before I was balancing like the camera and things. Like it was just hard getting like angles. And also like with balancing it, it's hard to like adjust it and stuff. It just wasn't working. So then I pulled out the ring light tripod because I was doing a wardrobe change. And I think it was like the first one. And then I was like changing and I realized that it hit me that I should use the tripod to the ring light to make it a lot easier. Once I did that, it made filming a lot easier. It still was very tough because I basically I did a lot. Like today, it took me until I think if I add up all the hair, makeup, both makeup looks, the possessed makeup look and the normal one, and then my hair, and then also because I did my hair twice. That's why because I did it in a ponytail with like a few curls. But you can't really see the curls because my hair doesn't curl easy, and also I just wasn't going to take the time to fully curl it, and also curls just don't last in my hair. My hair will sometimes be like stick straight, or like straight, like perfectly straight, or sometimes it will have a light wave. Today it decided to be straighter than straight. So yeah, so I did like a bunch. I think that adding it all up would take about 20 minutes. Then it took me 20 minutes to get the makeup on, and my dad had to help me because it was dark makeup for the possessed one. See? And I had to watch the footage still to make sure that at this point I'm going with it, whether I'm like super in love with it or if it's like not the best, but it will work. I'm just going with it because, especially that possessing, because just to take the possessed makeup off was minutes. 20 minutes, 4 wash rags, soap, like a lot of soap, hand soap. And it took me and my dad both. And some water, a lot of water. Because I attempted to take it off, and at first it was like kind of going good. And then my face was just kind of pink. And like there was still a lot of makeup and it was like pink. And I was struggling. And because my dad, for some reason, is genius at like removing makeup without makeup remover, just using soap and water and wash rags. Yeah, like it was a hot mess. I called him and at first when he first went like, what in the world? Like kind of a little bit weirded out. But I went like, he didn't get to see the possessed makeup look because he would have freaked out if he had saw that, because that was a lot of makeup and it's like very bold makeup and like creepy and just weird. And like I like that I turned like something that at first when I first was planning the music video, at first it was all happy. You know, what I mean was it had a lot of happy and a lot of sad, and that kind of the theme. Then I changed that. Also, I realized I didn't use the set that much, so I did use it, it's just not much. And so basically then, and like I was kind of planning out, and I was like, this is kind of boring. I want to add it wasn't boring, it was that I wanted a more interesting twist. Like, because I feel like all of my videos about me missing my crush or something and are all kind of boring. Well, no, not boring. I feel they're all just happy and sad, and then like really sad sort of vibe, or really happy. So I wanted to make it different and stand out, and believe me, it does. It definitely does. Yeah, it's a hot mess. So that's when I came up with the idea. I went like, what would stand out a little bit? Went like, oh, we can do, and what would stand out and showcase me? And I went like, we can do a queen. I can make myself a queen in it. And then that came to mind, and I went like, that's actually good. And then another bit. Then I was thinking more, and I went like, well, a queen is kind of like, that's cool, but I feel like it needs even bigger over the top thing to like just make it like really stand out from like my other music videos, and hopefully from a lot of music videos, and be like very unique in its own way. And like, well, it's almost Halloween. That didn't come to mind at first. At first, what came to mind was what if I make it kind of creepy? Like, family-friendly creepy, like that kind of creepy vibe, but like, we're creepy, but it's also like, not like scary. Like when something's like kind of creepy, but not scary. And like, it's me, so like, I went like, how do I do that? And then it came to mind. I went like, I can make myself a possessed queen. So it sounds bad, but when you watch it, you might actually like it. Please watch it, even if you're scared of like, I possess like queens. Because trust me, you may or may not be scared. I don't know you, okay? Hopefully you're not, but like, hopefully if like you like it, but you're not like scared. or maybe like that slight little bit like scared of like, I'm like, well, this is different, but I'm not like terrified of it, you know, or like really scared. I'm just like, this is different, and I didn't expect it, and that kind of scared me. But I went like, then after I came up with the idea, I went like, oh wait, hey, I'm filming this on Halloween. And like, well, it works. So it wasn't really designed for Halloween, but I did end up filming it today. You may see it tomorrow. I feel like you're gonna have to see it tomorrow instead of today, because I haven't really gotten the videos back. Sorry. I'm DMing someone. The reason is because I'm letting them know that it may come out tomorrow, because they really are excited for it, you know. Mm, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was DMing someone because basically they were excited about like the music videos. They're not in it, but they are gonna watch it and stuff. So that's cool. You know, I just like DMing with fans. It's fun. It's fun and it's different. So yeah, the music video is a lot of fun. I'm excited. I feel like right now that I filmed it, it's like, no, it's good. It's just, I feel like it can be so much cooler when I edit it. I was gonna set a premiere thing, but I may not, because of the fact that, also, just because of the fact that it's just easier not to. It's easier not to for me because of the fact that I don't quite know. Like, my dad's the tech. Like, he's definitely the more, like, person who can figure out the editing app better. I'm definitely more techie than he is, considering he didn't even realize he had a flashlight on his phone. No, I'm not joking. So him and my mom recently got new phones. They're not like the new iPhone 12, because we don't do that. We're like, we'll just, like, they're, literally we got new phones, like they did. And then, obviously I didn't, because mine's only like a year old. And like, basically how it works in our house is until your phone starts slowing down and like running out, like it's just not working anymore, then that's when you get a new. But in their case, it's different, because basically we had a family member who worked at like an AT&T and like different things, and so we had phones from there, but now they work somewhere else, so we don't we switched phone, and also they had the phone for years now. Literally, I don't even remember their old phone. That's how long they had it. So yeah, basically, and then my dad and we were doing class one day, and he was like, does your phone have a flashlight? And I'm like, yeah. You know, like normal phones do. And he was like, because I had to install mine. And he installed an app for one. And then he was looking around and I was like, so I took his phone and was like, no, I'm pretty sure your phone has a flashlight, and showed it to him. And he was like, oh. He didn't realize his phone had a flashlight. He installed an app. So yeah, I'm definitely the more technology person, but he's better at editing apps. So yeah, and for us, we tried saving it and uploading it to YouTube so we could do the premiere. That just wasn't working for some reason. So it's just gonna upload through the editing. I'm excited. The editing's gonna be cool. I got a lot of great ideas, but I still gotta explore the editing app a little more. And yeah, basically at this point my plan is I'm gonna, with the camera thing, because I do love the camera, I love it so much, it works fabulous. It was, if I'm filming a video that's gonna be like quick, like a one scene video, like one clip, you know, just a longer clip, you know, then I'll film it on the tablet. But like when I'm filming like something like a music video or something, it's being filmed on the camera. So the camera I'm still gonna film on a lot. Sometimes I'm gonna film on the tablet, you know, because sometimes that's easier. Also, I got a really high SD card. Like this SD card I'm pretty sure it was a 150 or something. Like it was a really high SD card on storage. I love the music video. So basically, when I turn like into the possessed queen, and that's really cool because it's really cool. And that part of me is that I will still be playing me. That's the side of me that I don't really share. That's the side of me that I feel like something new happens every day to me. Something new, like because I miss my crush. And there's been so many times when I question myself, is this up in my head? Do I actually not really miss my crush? Like, or do I not miss him this bad? And so many times I question that. And literally one time I literally asked Bella that, and she went like, Lolly, let me tell you something. And I'm like, what? She went like, I don't think this is up in your head. She went like, if it was, I don't think you would be this far down. And I was like, what do you mean? She went like, you seriously thought the entire time I was down, you kept thinking you saw your crush. Like, just randomly. I had to hit you in the face with a pillow. In fairness, she wasn't being mean. I actually kind of asked her. No, when she was down, a lot, especially like at night, I would like flinch, like just kind of like do this, you know, and I would think, like, and it wasn't like at first you're probably like, that's something that sometimes happens, like after spine surgery. It wasn't that. It was not that at all. And I knew it wasn't because right afterwards I would be like, Bella, I think I see my crush. Is my crush in front of me right now? And she's like, no, you're seeing things again. And like, it's this bad. And she went like, here. do you need some help? And I'm like, yeah, shoot, if this is your or take it or leave it option, and I can hit you in the face with a pillow and see if that does anything. And I'm like, well, it's worth the try. So she didn't, so she hit me in the face twice with it, and then went like, did that do anything? And I'm like, well, kind of, shoot, I will give it one more try. So she gave it one more try, and it actually kind of worked. And I started to see normal again. And she was like, now let me know if you need to do it again. And I went, she just made me laugh and it was funny, but at the same time it's not something that I can joke around with, if that makes sense. Because this is actually me, and this is actually what I mean by it keeps getting worse day by day. It's I know that's not up in my head for sure. This morning I woke up and I just didn't I woke up, I didn't want to get up first up. And I just felt eh. I just felt eh. The entire day I was trying to shake it off, be positive today. Today you're gonna be positive, you're gonna try to have fun, you're filming an important music video. You know, and that just wasn't working, and that nothing really happened today. But when I was filming the music video, I was filming the possessed part, and I generally I generally looked in the mirror before I was getting ready to take the makeup off. And I just felt I was in it. I was fully in it. And you're probably that's called characterization. But the second that I looked in the mirror, I was getting ready to take the makeup off, and I looked in the mirror and I went oh gee, oh my God, this is how I look at myself every day. And that's weird, and it sounds horrible, but this is what it comes down. This is when I look in the mirror, even right now, I'm envisioning that, because I'm envisioning myself being possessed, because I miss my crush so much. That's how I actually feel. And it was shocking to me. So I removed the makeup and went oh, moved on. But that's how I feel every day. I feel I'm being possessed almost. That one thing is the fact that I miss my crush. But then it was really hard filming the scene of where I'm happy, and it's me before I lost my crush. Those were hard, although they look like the more easy ones, but it's hard because I'm not happy. I miss my crush. I can't help that. And faking it and faking this happiness is not an option. Right now, it's just not possible. Just reply. In a minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's just cool because, seriously, I generally see myself get worse every day, something new. When I first lost him, right when, in the time period, before I actually lost him, it just, I wasn't seeing him yet, that sort of time period. And, nothing really happened too much. like I would like sometimes like get a little bit like up in my head and like something's happened to him, like get worried, and I would punch a pillow and I would be fine. But then when we moved and I heard that music class, we weren't sure about it yet. I started, like, it got worse. And by worse, I mean, like, I started just getting, like, angry at, like, little things. Like, little things would set me off. Like, no, and what I mean by little things, I mean little things. Like, my mom would be like, hey, can you go get the mail? Like, take Sam with you to go get the mail. Which I don't usually get the mail, my dad does. I don't like going outside, okay? Frogs, lizards, bugs, I'm terrified of. So basically, yeah, like at this point, it was interesting, like, and I would be like fine, like almost like I would get mad about it, like the simple thing of getting the mail, you know, or like it would always be like something small, and that when I first started realizing it was as that was continuously getting worse to the point where I was becoming like just unhappy, like oh that was horrible. Well, and I brought it up to Bella one time, and she was like, I'm not gonna worry about it because this is probably nothing. You're probably thinking this. And within a week's time here, she was like, maybe I was wrong. Because in between a week's time period of telling her, I started to think to her, like, anything representing, like, me and my crush, like, painted rocks or art of some sort. Anything that just reminded me of him, like, would make me so sad, like, so sad. And then I brought that up to her. She was like, maybe this is getting worse. Maybe I need to be a little more, like, make sure you're okay situation. Then we found out that music class was done for. My dad told me. I got up and left the room. I went like, I'm going to film. I ended up filming. And I was about to break. I was breaking. I was freaked out. At that point, I was starting to envision myself or see myself becoming possessed, like in the music video. I started like envisioning myself with the makeup and like that you'll see in the music video, like, and the possessed makeup, which you'll be able to tell. But starting at like, then at that point I was like really focused on doing beans, and like that's when I kind of started envisioning the dress that I wear in the possessed scenes. Like that, like I dress, but with like lots of just disgustingness on it, and like blood and different disgustingness. Like that's what I started envisioning on me. Was like, okay, we got the dress, we got the hair, like, and then you're probably thinking, oh, I'm crazy. But this is actually how I was seeing myself. Like when I look in the mirror right now, I'm envisioning what I look like when I filmed that music video, the possessing. Then I broke, and then right after, like the next day after I found that there was no more music class, I started something else. I started sleeping in late. Now, here's the thing about that. You're probably like, that's normal human stuff. Basically, before, I was the person that I would get mad if I saw someone that slept in past 8 o'clock. I was like sleeping in for people who want to waste their day and not do anything in life. I can't say that now, and I'm not judging people who sleep in, but that's who I was, and then I started sleeping in. And like, because I started thinking about more, and I went like, what's the point in getting up anymore? Like, I'm not going to see my crush. Bella may or may not FaceTime. Like, I was just sad. Like, I was so sad. Like, about, like, losing my crush. And that started then. Eventually, when it started kicking back up, there was a little break when, like, a 2-week break, I was, where, like, nothing really new happened. Then, and all of a sudden, like, I just started, like, getting, like, I had a glimpse of hope, like, a little glimpse, and, like, maybe art class is still a thing. So we called, they said art class isn't a thing. And I went back into, like, just being sad. Like, it was a thing. Like, I kind of got my heart broken there. And then at that point, I went, like, something's seriously gonna happen. Something serious. And at that point, I started, like, just often, like, wait, I remember. That's the time when the screaming started happening. The screaming in my head. That is a song that I made. Go check it out. Basically, no, I'm not joking. I actually woke up one day, freaked out. Because I heard something screaming in my head. And it was telling me, like, a lot. Like, it was literally like, oh, you missed your crush. You want to see your crush. All you care about is your crush. Which isn't really true, although my crush is a big priority to me. But it's not everything I care about. Like, I care about Bella. I care about, like, family, I care about social media. Like, a lot of other things, okay? And your crush is gone. Everything, like, it was just reminding me a lot of, like, oh, your crush is gone, or, like, involving my crush and, like, just making me miss my more. I was freaked out that day. Then that happened, and then eventually, like, a week later, I want to say. And I don't even know, like, actually, it might have been more than a week. I'm not sure how long, but eventually, I went to, it was like an evening time. I was taking a bath. Okay, I'm gonna update you in a minute. Okay, sorry, my parents were here. I replied to the DM. But yeah, basically, eventually, I was taking a bath one evening, and I got into the water, and, like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I just blinked, like, and saw, like, so many memories of me and my crush. Like, I just, like, literally, like, got in the tub to get clean, blinked, and saw so many memories with me and my crush. And then I got this horrible feeling, horrible. And it felt like I had actually, like, it almost felt like my crush was, like, telling me that something happened. Like, I got so worried, and you're probably like, oh, it might have been something else, like, you're making this up. I'm not. I'm actually not. Me and my crush have always had, like, something special when we were friends before that. so many times. It's always been special. Like, we have so much in common. We have things in common that a lot of people don't. Like, it's just always been special. And so I've always been able to tell if something's happened to him. And then I got that same feeling. Yeah, and so like basically every time, and by the way, all of this is still happening. Everything. So now when I get wet, I just get reminded of my crush. I get reminded that I get the feeling that something's gonna happen or has happened, or like I just get freaked out. That's why I don't like showering or getting wet anymore. I used to, not anymore. I like things. And then eventually, I started bringing up to Bella, and she went I couldn't tell if she didn't really reply much about it. So I don't know if she was thinking maybe this is fake, if it's real, I don't really know. Soon after this, right after this, and this was around the timing that I lost Bella, or I thought. Basically, no, me and Bella, up to this point, we would FaceTime, at least 3 times a week. At least. Oftentimes we would FaceTime, every night or every other night. We would always be in contact. Literally, sometimes we would FaceTime even when we had absolutely nothing to talk about. So we would FaceTime and she would be so how's school? And I'm how's school? It would just be what did you do today? Kind of just the most boring, 5 or 10 minutes of life. It would, because it's basic things when we had nothing to talk about. I got really worried. Basically, for those who don't know, I thought I lost Bella. Bella is my best friend. Because I thought she was mad at me because I kind of pranked her. Don't prank your friends. It's the thing, it may seem fun. Don't prank your friend unless you're in a fair agreement that, that you won't get mad at each other. Or if you do, that you'll at least give them a chance to apologize. My God, because we don't even prank each other. Now, the only person that won't ever really prank is, her sister and sometimes my dad. My dad understands the pranks, and, we don't even prank him hard. It's, little, very little things. I will, take a black Sharpie and we'll draw, a spider on some toilet paper. We did that one year for April Fool's Day, and we got everyone good. Yeah, I also remember the time when me and Bella, we basically pranked people. So what we did was I took this pad liner, which is a really small pad thing, and basically I drew an eye on it and I went around to people and went hey, do you want an iPad? And showed it to them. And it wasn't much of a prank, but it was something kind of fun. Well, basically, I pranked Bella. I made her think that I had passed out, and like, when I tripped and like, I kind of like fainted or like passed out, and I was my dad. Like, don't prank your friend. I know it went too far, but she pranked me first. She made me think that someone broke in. So I would just give my revenge. I also double pranked her that day and told her that we burnt some hot dogs. That one I kind of just told everyone like about that we burnt hot dog prank because I feel like that one, if anything, knowing Bella, she would get more mad about that than she would about the other thing being a prank because she loves her some hot dogs. Hot dogs are like one of her favorite foods. No, like she loves hot dogs and that's fine, but like to a point where like I think she would honestly get more mad. Basically, back to it. That week was horrible. I was crying off and on, like full blown crying. You guys can go back and watch videos of me crying. And I definitely got a few people who actually only said, sorry, someone, when I was replying to DM, they said, and that I can't wait to see the music video. I need to actually put them real quick, but I'm not in this first. The theme of the music video is my everyday life. So you see happy parts in that, like me before I lost my crush. You see sad parts in that, me like kind of right after I lost him, but like didn't fully know. And then you see me as a possessed queen, and that's basically like that's how I see myself every day with that hair, with that make. But the hair has blood dripping off, not in the music video. That's how I see myself because I really miss my crush. But basically, yeah, sorry the video was long. Basically, it was really interesting and like I really got worried. Luckily that week got fixed and it wasn't really because I lost Bella, like kind of, but was that I had no one. Like that entire week I had no one. Because before, like I could have handled it pretty well if I had my crush, but I was just already at a dark place with losing my crush. To be losing Bella on top is a nightmare. Literally, it's one of my worst nightmares. And I had to live it. Basically, let me end this after a few more. And so then, after that, got that fixed, and like everything was working out, and then something else happened. Yeah, that's, well, sorry, that sound was me dropping this, and it landed on this lamp, which had, I can't really show you, but it's made of like a pole type thing, so this was actually, it makes a loud sound. Basically then, and like at this point, I don't know what happened, like, I just kind of like gotten really bad, and like just losing my crush has gotten, and it continuously gets worse. Later to a point, Bella said that like, she said one time, she was like, I'm hoping in a way I want you to see your crush, but in a way I don't. And I was like, why? Like, obviously you should want me. She was like, because I know if you see your crush, I'm for taking the chance of me waking up one day, getting a report saying that you killed yourself because I'm too much excitement. But she was like, on the one hand, I want you to, because I can get my happy lolly back. But also, we could be taking the chance and not have to go through that. So, like, on the one hand, if you don't, I feel like you'll end up killing yourself one day. And I'm like, well, that is interesting. Personally, at this point, don't worry, I'm trying my best. I will probably not kill myself, hopefully. But that could be it for this video. Peace.